Jess Daniell has published 2 cookbooks, My Underground Kitchen and My Underground Deli. In February 2016, she opened the doors to her flagship store, JUK Herne Bay, and now has a second in Remuera, Auckland. So you could say she's more overground these days. Kia ora, Whānau mai.
So lovely to see you.
Always great to see you. Ka whakatau, you know, now I'm just going to have a nice rest here because I know you're so efficient.
Well, we've got some treats coming up today.
Kaore kore, I'm sure we have. He ha te mahi te rane, so what are we going to do today?
So we've got a sweet and a savoury. First of all, we're going to make pastry from scratch, and I know that sounds scary, but we are going to demystify pastry. It's got literally 3 ingredients. It's really easy. And then we're going to use that pastry for a seasonal fruit tart. We're going to use plums and apples today. And for a healthy midweek dinner, I've got a no butter chicken for you.
Nā reira, he hei pata, it's butter chicken, but there's no butter.
Exactly.
Rawe hoa o kai a koe ngā pukinga katoa. I know you've got all the skills to make it happen, so where do we start?
So, first of all, today we're going to make our pastry because what you want with pastry is for it to be chilled when you're rolling it, so the butter that we use in the pastry rolls out really nicely. And this is literally going to come together in our food processor.
E toru noa ho ngā kai whakauru and just 3 ingredients.
3 ingredients. So this is just a plain flour,
E mena.
250 grams. I want you to get it exact.
Mihi mai, mihi mai.
Now we want 125 grams of butter.
Just a pinch.
Perfect, thank you. Voila, done.
Ko te tuki kia, yeah, it looks like breadcrumbs.
It looks like breadcrumbs. So now we want to bring this together to form a pastry. So we're going to use egg and just a little bit of water to stretch the egg out. Just give that a little beat. So we want to blend it just until it's starting to come together as a pastry, but it hasn't formed a solid ball yet. Right. So this is the fun part.
Ka paru ngā ringa ina nei, so they'll get dirty now, won't they?
We're just going to push this all together.
So is this a little technique that you discovered yourself, or you just went shortcut?
I think it was that I really wanted dessert one day and I didn't have any pastry in the freezer, so I found this recipe online and kind of just tweaked it a little bit, and now it's my go-to.
Ngā rawe.
We're going to wrap it in Glad wrap and then we're just going to throw it in the fridge.
So how long does it have to be in there for?
So I would give it at least an hour. Overnight is great, so if you can be prepared and make it the day before, but we'll just give it an hour today. So while our pastry rests, we're going to prep the filling. You can use whatever fruit you want, really. Today we're going to use plums and apples. I'm just going to turn the oven on before we forget.
How te pāmahana? What's our temperature?
180, I reckon, for this. Okay, that looks beautiful, Stacey.
Oh, kia ora.
So what we want to do is kind of let these guys marry together in the bowl and get some of those natural flavours and juices coming out. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of sugar, and then lastly, I'm just going to put maybe a teaspoon of that delicious vanilla extract in. So, or you can smell that vanilla. So we're just going to put this to one side, and I'm going to go and grab that pastry from the fridge. You don't have to get too fussy about using wooden chopping boards, and just put it straight on there. So I've rolled this out so it's about 3 or 4 millimetres thick, and I don't even care that the edges are rustic because we're going to make a really rustic, beautiful tart. So I'm just going to transfer this onto our tray. What I quite like to do is just put a little bit of jam on the bottom.
How te momotiamu, and I guess you sort of decide what sort of jam based on the flavours?
Yeah, so this is a plum jam because I thought that would be quite delicious with our fresh plums. Now, we want to start laying our fruit in here, and it can be as rustic or as beautiful as we like. So,
Ka tahi nā te kupu, it's such a good word, right? Rustic is like...
It's like, throw it all in.
Bang it all in.
Now we've got that beautiful fruit all laid out, and we're just going to take these edges, push them up, crimping slightly as we go, because we don't want any of that juice to come out. And I think we'll actually brush that with some egg yolk just to make it extra golden and beautiful. Te
hei pata, engari kare he pata. So the butter chicken that's not buttery.
Basically, this is a healthy, light, fresh and delicious way to enjoy those curry cravings without actually getting takeaways.
Koia kaya koe, that is you. Onto it.
So, do you want to prep these beautiful garlic cloves? And I'll do the onion. Sometimes I don't even chop the garlic, I just smash it and add it to the pan.
Smash and add, kei te pai hoki tēnā. It's the Hulk form of cooking.
I'm gonna add my onions to the pan. I'm gonna add this garlic in now. I'm just gonna saute these off for 3 or 4 minutes until they soften. So because we're building this curry from scratch, we're gonna add a whole lot of beautiful herbs and spices to this pan. So I've got a couple of teaspoons of garam masala, which is a delicious spice mix. We've got a teaspoon of ground coriander, ground cumin, some ground ginger in there, ground cardamom, which gives it that real rich, beautiful taste, ground turmeric for a bit of colour and earthiness, and some sweet paprika to add a nice red colour to there. And finally, for a little bit of heat, some cayenne pepper.
Yes.
Actually, I think I can smell that galette. Should I pull it out?
Me mātua tango i te umu, nā te mea, he rawe te kakara. Smells amazing, and look at that. I'm loving this combo, aren't we crazy?
Lovely crisp pastry.
Tipi haere te ao. We'll go from India to somewhere else, I don't know where, but it's all happening here. Lots of flavours, I love it.
All right, those spices are cooked off. Now we're gonna start building our curry. So I'm gonna add some tomato paste, about 4 tablespoons. Now I've got some diced tomatoes.
He mea nui ki a koe te momo creamy coconut. Is there a particular type of coconut cream? Like, this looks very legit, very authentic.
Nice and thick.
Ah, titiro. Te arani haere, so it's going nice and orange and butter chicken looking.
Looks pretty authentic, doesn't it? We're just gonna balance those flavours with a little squeeze of lemon. Now, I reckon that's just about ready for you to add your chicken in.
How long do we have the chicken in for?
So we want the chicken to be cooked through, so I would give it sort of 15 to 18 minutes just for the sauce to thicken, the chicken to cook, and it will all come together with enough time for us to cook some rice.
Titiro ki tēnei hākari, look at this beautiful feast. Kāre hea kupu, we don't need to say anything. I reckon we should get into it.
Go for it.
Make a little plate. Nā te raihi.
Thank you.
Wow, titiro ki tēnei. Tiro rite hoki ki te mea e kia nei ko te hei pata. Just looks like usual old butter chicken. But it's tastier, so much tastier.
And it tastes healthy. Like, you don't feel guilty for eating this. You just want to eat more.
Kei te rangona te kaka, you can taste, I guess, the heat of it, but it's like it just warms up your whole mouth.
And you get all of those different spices, like the cardamom comes through, the paprika, the sweetness of the paprika, and then the earthiness of that cumin. Delicious.
And then for balance, taua kōrero anō, we go for dessert. Wow. E pai te mahi a te tiamu, the jam really offers something perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just gives it that sweetness, a little bit of stickiness, but you saw what went into there. You know, fresh fruit, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of sugar to bring it all together, and that delicious pastry. Look at that.
Look at that. Kāinga, eat it. Ngā mihi nui ki a koe hoa. Thank you so much. Always amazing to have you in the kitchen. And with this, I can have you in the kitchen every single day.
Absolutely. Love it, Stacey. Thank you.
Ka pai, kia ora.